right, we're back going. So not too much lint. There was lint though, just not a whole ton. So that's good at least. All right, let's equalize these out. I think this guy might be just enough, just big enough. So let's use him. Shorten it a bit there. Orfil doesn't make much lint either. Oh, that's true. Yeah, so that's what I've heard from people. The Orfil is the floss or the thread we've been using, and actually I think I might need to. That's this thread with the 50 weight is the orange. Has the orange bobbin. All right, hopefully I didn't. I opened this top and I think I might have moved my thread all around, but let's see. Hopefully we're still working here. Okay, we're good. I was just thinking that my thread was all messed up. So let's do this first piece of the night. So I've been calling them the equalizing fabric. I'm using it to even out the pieces. You know, like I had to make this orange one a little bit longer to be the length of this. I've been using the same fabric for the whole quilt back. So that's what's gonna kind of unify it together. At least that's my hope. Sounds smoother. It's not like shaking the table as much. Maybe that's something. Maybe that's how I have to figure it out. What if it's oiled? It doesn't shake the table quite as much. Who knows? Went out to the quilt shop today, planning picking up a 15 coat stand. Oh, I left with $85 worth of fabric. Yep, that's a dangerous world. I always have to like make super strict rules for myself sometimes when I go into the shops. Like I'm here for this one thing and I'm not allowed to get anything else. But yeah, I hear you. That does not always work. And man, when you see pretty fabric, it's the same with yarn. If I see pretty yarn, I just need it. Need it. It's like going to Target. You go in there for one thing and then all of a sudden you like spend $100 and it's like, geez Louise. Target. Okay, so let's sew this guy onto here. You know, we've always been kind of sewing things to this side. I mean, we could always sew it over here. Let's do that. I think my instinct has just been to be over here all the time, but we're improving. It should be all over. Like buying, yes, Marianne, that is like exactly it. You go to Target to buy toothpaste, and that toothpaste costs you $59. I hear ya. All right, here's a new little. We're gonna use this as a new ender. I still haven't unpacked, so I still don't have my normal size scissors. Oh, 3 giant wood crochet hooks. That's cool. That sounds like fun though. Ugh. I know it's dangerous. When we were in New York over the summer, we went to Pearl Soho. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Pearl Soho. They're this awesome yarn and fabric store in New York City, and they just have like the prettiest newsletter. But we visited there, and I walked out of there with a pile of yarn and fabric. Ugh. Can't not do that, right? Sometimes. That's the type of stuff that I just have in my office or my studio, looking pretty forever. That's how this project was. The fabric for this project moved a little on me, so I'm just gonna trim it this way. Most of the fabric I'm using is fabric that's been sitting in my office forever, just because it was too beautiful to use. There you go, Lauren. All right, so there is another little piece. So I'm gonna just let this be on its own, but ultimately, you know, we can sew it to other pieces if we want. You know, all these reds together might be kind of cool. Maybe something like that. But for now, I think I'm going to leave them all as little separate pieces, and I will assemble them later. Let's just make a pile of those. So, grabbing another piece. Ooh, I don't think we've used this yet. Ooh, we have a huge chunk out of here. That's cool. So let's, oh, maybe not, because we got this big angle in here. You know what? We could do an angle in here, though. Should we try some weird angle? We haven't done that yet. That seems improv-y, right? Let's just draw that there. Oh man, I'm kind of scared. I haven't done an angle. This is kind of like paper piecing when you don't know exactly what angle to do to get what you're looking for. We're going to go up like that. Oh, I need the blade next. And across there. This is a good piece on it yet. All right, we got something going on here. Why don't we use blue for that bottom corner here? Oh, this is funny. I must have used this for, oh yeah, this was like a bottom. I made a bag out of this, so it's got this funny seam in it. What else do we got going on here? Maybe there's something here that's a triangle already. I don't know. Let's use this. So I'm gonna just do a straight edge. Maybe I can use a smaller piece. There, I think this will do the job. I'm gonna just cut straight up here. It's kind of a weird way of doing it, but I think that's okay. We'll have some excess, but we will use that as another scrap. I don't know, does it sound a little smoother to you guys? I think he's happier. I think it wanted the oil, my little machine here. What's the tension though? Let's check on that. I think my tension might be a little off yet. Does it hold together? I think I could play with tension still a little bit, but we're gonna let it be for now. Sounds smoother to you guys too? Okay. I'm not sure if I'm just like making that up in my head or not, so let's pretend that none of us made it up in our head and it is actually smoother. It's kind of a fun little deal here with the triangle. Haven't done that yet in this little improv world. I probably won't do that often though, because I want the theme of this to just still be these squares. But let's extend our cuts here a little bit. There we go. Cool. All right, I think this is kind of fun. Little extra jobby here. So let's still pick something to go with this. So I'm gonna just grab another little deal here. Ooh, this could go here maybe, and then we could extend it there. That'd be kind of interesting. Should we do that? I think so. Let's press this guy quick. It's kind of fun just to grab and see what you get. So let's put this here. I'm gonna clean him up a hair. Get this guy straighter. Alrighty. So he'll go here, and then we'll balance it out. Maybe he'll go this way. Balance it out with some more of a skinnier piece in here somewhere. I don't think so. I think we've kind of used up all the skinny pieces. Ooh, maybe actually the piece that we cut off, maybe there's enough here. No, there's not. But we could, why don't we extend it again? Let's try and use this piece. So I'm gonna shorten it a little here. And we'll get rid of this point. Let's sew that together, and then let's add one more piece up here and see what happens. Then we're using up fabric, this fabric. It's kind of fun. This is an intricate piece compared to our other ones. Alright. Tension, not great. Not quite sure what to do about that right now. We'll deal with it. Much smoother? Okay, good. Yeah, I mean, I guess before it sounded a little chunky, didn't it? Now that like chunkiness is, that chunk, a little bit has gone. That's good. Definitely smoother. That makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I'm doing something good for the machine at least. And someone else didn't have to do it. I could do it on my own, so that was pretty neat. Alright. Oh, there we go. Sorry guys. We're a little wobbly. Oh, my stand is breaking a little bit here. Okay, here we go. Kind of even that out a little bit. I guess we didn't really do it this side. Kind of curving it a little. Alright, so he could go here. We could also kind of go, I mean, that's kind of an awkward, kind of weird shape, which I like. Maybe we just go like that. This probably makes the most sense. A funny little shape like that. You know, really, we wouldn't have to be adding on to this, but it's kind of fun. So let's see if I can find a small shape like that. Maybe this kitty. Yeah, I think this will work. Trim that. Oh, man. Now this blade is getting worse and worse. So this will be my job for the weekend, changing out the blade. Did more clicking and sounded less willing to start going, oh, that's true. It did. It had that clicking, and yeah. I think you're totally right, Cora. Yay! Well, that's good. I will take care of you much more, Mr. Machine. So I like the idea of maybe oiling it with every time you switch the bobbin. I think Rosalie, that was your idea. I think that's a good time, you know, a good reminder. And you know, the only trick is, oops, I dropped my little my oil and brush. I think I just need to I need to keep the oil and the brush, that little oil and brush piece with the machine. Like I almost need to tape it to the machine so it's there when I need it. It's purring, yes. Nice machine, all happy. But yeah, I think I just need to tape this to the back or put a magnet on it and have it stuck to the actual machine, and I think then I'll actually use it. I'll do it more. Let's cut this way. We'll trim that up. All right, it's fun cutting without a ruler. So we could go any which way on this, but I think it was fun. I do like when things connect like this. So let's go right here. This is kind of neat, this blue going into here. We could match up the points. We'll just go like this. That end. We'll just see what happens. How about that? Oh, you don't want to over oil it though. Okay. Well, what would be considered? Well, I haven't oiled it ever really. I've just brought it in to be oiled, so how do I know if I'm over oiling it, I guess? Is it just when it starts making noise I should oil it, or I don't think it really said that in my little book here. Your Viking does not need oil. Oh, but the Juki says oil every day. So I have like an industrial sewing machine that I haven't figured it out too much yet, but I have to actually pour oil into the base of it, and then it oils itself with like a little wick, which is kind of crazy. Your Viking does not need the oil, but the Juki says to oil every day. That's interesting. I guess every thing is different, I suppose. I guess if you see oil jobs on fabric, hold out. Oh gosh, that's a good idea. I didn't even think of that before I started this today. Well, I haven't seen any so far, so that's good. I will I'll look at in my manual a little bit more in depth. Maybe it does say something about it and I just missed it. Bernina tells you to oil every couple of bobbins. Okay. Interesting. I'm going to have to do more research. More research on my little Sears Kenmore machine here. Feel pretty good about that I did that today, though. It was a new thing for me, and you know I like trying and learning new things, so I feel really good about that. It was a productive day because of that, you know. All right, this block is cool. I'm really liking it. It's kind of crazy. I liked that we just filled in with a triangle like that. I'm digging it. And you know, eventually we can start putting these guys on. You know, I'm still auditioning these. They're just so funny. They go anywhere. I don't know. We're gonna hold off of them. I'm gonna keep going. We'll set this to the side for me. I think it depends on your machine. I hardly ever oiled the Singer. All right, I will definitely have to do more research then. All right, next up. Again, I'm just grabbing stuff again. Let's do like a long piece here. Get rid of the selvage. Now I could either do a square piece or this long piece, but I think I kind of like the idea of the long piece. Ooh, maybe I do like the square. Let's go with the square, because I got some nicks out of here. Use that later. Okay. Oh, man. All right, next piece, let's grab something else. All right, I'm just kind of grabbing. It's kind of fun. Just have to even this out a little here. Should we go the long way maybe? Just because? Go like this too. Why don't we just go like this though? All right, I need to balance this out again. Let's put the guy down there so that corner's not in my way. Let's grab some more fabric. This guy, I'll just shrink it down right here with my scissors. Alrighty, let's, I think this edge is straight enough for me to sew. Opposite of the add a quarter ruler. I know, we're just totally not worried about anything with this. think it's definitely purring a bit more, so that's nice. It's nice that I didn't have to bring it in. It's like, it gets expensive to bring in your machine all the time to get clean and serviced, so this is good. I'm hoping I don't have to do that, and I can just, you know, take care of it myself, and then if something really breaks down, then I can bring it in. Like, you know, when the foot pedal was overheating and stuff earlier during the Splendid Sampler, and they replaced the foot pedal, and it was heating up the machine funny too, so that I'll bring in to do yet. But, you know, now I can oil it and clean it myself. Oh, the hedgehog on my sewing machine, Cheryl, that is my marker for, it's my scant 1/4 inch mark. So usually for a seam allowance, you want it like a 1/4 inch. You actually want it a scant 1/4 inch, which is just a tiny hair less than a 1/4 inch. So I have this here so I can just butt my fabric up against it, and then I can use it as a guide because it's got some thickness to it. And I've been using that throughout the Splendid Sampler. It's just taped on there. Thanks, Nancy. I'm excited about this. I'm hoping to lay it out a little this weekend, and maybe I'll jump in for a short time and do a little mini video or something if I start laying things out, just so I can show you. Because it really, we're just making all these, oops, got turned on, how about that? We're making all these little blocks, but I think once we start laying them out, I'll be using that same blue, this blue here as the filler. So I can start, basically what we're doing now, equalizing different shapes, but it'll be on a larger scale because it'll be the size of the blocks we're doing. Or it'll be the size, yeah, it'll be the size of these large fillers instead of just single little fabrics. Picked up a scrap there. You're piecing big blocks, you're doing for a different quilt. Oh, and Last Dragon Time. Oh, funny. Well, glad to have you here, Linda. That's awesome, though. That's the best part of crafting, is when you lose all track of time and because you're just in the zone. Love that. Oh, thanks, Irene. Okay, let's trim this guy up. Here's another little third, or another little 3-piece block. We've been doing a few of those. Let me show you again. So here's a few other of my little 3-piece blocks, and I'm always balancing it out. You know, I pick 2 squares or 2 shapes, and then I'm always balancing it out with this fabric. So that's why I have that fabric in all of these. But what I like about that is, you know, here's the one that we did yesterday. So we started out with, you know, the 3 pieces like that. All of these are just like the 3 pieces, but once you start sewing them together, then you get like these crazy weird masses. And that's because we've used the same connector fabric throughout, like the same final piece of fabric to balance out the squares. But yeah, so this is a bunch of those 3 pieces sewn together. And so I'm hoping the whole back of the quilt is similar to that. Here's another one that we did the first day. Again, here's this group of 3, 1, 2 fabrics, and then balancing it out with this. Same here, here's another 3, these 2 fabrics, balancing it out with this. And yeah, then we took this 3-piece and this 3-piece and balanced it out with this. So we're just kind of getting bigger and bigger with the same process. So, like, you know, we could start assembling these into a larger piece. That might be kind of fun to do. Could just put this guy down here and balance it out. Why don't we do that? Let's make some pieces again. This is kind of fun because it's these 2 fabrics again. I don't know. These 2 together are kind of fun. Should we just keep going with these? Why don't I balance it out there. I don't think this will do. Nope, that's too small. And actually, we can use other fabrics too. This guy kind of, oh my gosh, he's like the exact same size. Why don't we use this? He is like literally the exact size of this. Maybe this side's actually even a little hair better. No, I'm gonna, no, normally I would, you know, like we just had the whole conversation that I use this to even things out, but this is just the perfect size. So in this case, I'm just gonna use this piece of fabric. My rotary cutter would work. Oh, you know what? It could go down here too. Should we put it down here? I think I like it down here. Down here instead. Then there's opportunity for this blue to bleed a little bit more if I'm not blocking it off with another fabric. It's kind of fun to just be like, nope, don't like it here, let's move it down here. The fun process. I'm really liking this improv process. It intrigued me, this process, but I hadn't done it before, and I don't know, I could definitely see doing this a whole lot more. It really is fun. Like we're even building up a stack here, which is cool. I'll definitely lay this out and maybe take some photos this weekend and see what we got going on. It's growing. Do definitely like this piece that we did today with that angle. That's fun. All right, this piece is kind of cool too, though. I just love that I'm using up these fabrics that I didn't think I'd use. Well, this could almost go this way. What if we added it to a different thing? How did we have it before? Was it like this? It's kind of cool, all sorts of ways. I almost kind of like it like this. Oh, I'm glad to see it. Yeah, I'm totally enjoying it. Why don't we go like this, and instead of, I was going to trim this one down, what if we just add another piece here instead? Kind of like that. And then we'll trim this bigger piece. He needs to be trimmed anyway. But let's get a good length here. I'm just going to use a scissors. All right. Let's trim him up. Needs some work. There we go. And the sides I'm not going to bother with because, or the top, because we'll balance it out when we're done. But let's put him at the bottom, or on, I don't know, the bottom or the top. But let's put him on this guy right here. Yeah, so see with the hedgehog here, I am butting up my fabric up against it, and that's my guide. So I always know I'm going straight in the machine. And I know that I got my good, my scant 1/4 inch seam allowance, which is the distance from the edge of the fabric to where the sewing is. And again, the scant just means it's slightly smaller than a 1/4 inch, a scant 1/4 inch. A teeny bit smaller. And why it's smaller is because it makes up for the thickness of the fabric. So when we unfold it, we have like the extra little 2 pieces of thickness of fabrics. So that's like a width of a hair or something, right? So that's a scant, the scant part there. I'm excited to put my border on the front of the quilt. I haven't seen the front of the quilt since I got back. It's still packed up from being at my parents' house. It'll be fun to lay that out on the bed and measure, see how big I need it for the border. I think with math, I think it was something like 12 inches or so, but that was so long ago that I'm not even positive on that. Ooh, that's actually kind of a fun piece. Maybe we should just stop this piece like this instead of adding this piece to it, but I think I'm gonna. We'll just let this piece be for now, and I'm gonna let this piece be for now too. I think this is kind of cool, just like this. So let's do one more today. So again, I'm just gonna grab. Got this big chunk of blue. Oh, this is a good size blue piece. Got a little nicks out of it again. Go up like that. Now we could do this bigger. I think we'll do that. We could do a longer piece like this, but I think is there a nick out of here too? Yeah, a little one. We're gonna go the more square route. This guy we can use again though. You know what? He's being annoying. Let's press him out here. There we go. It's handy having the iron right here. I think it would drive me crazy if I had to walk across the room to press during this process. Okay, one more bit here. We're just cleaning up the block so we end up with a rectangle. All right, let's grab something else. Oop, this is the first thing I grabbed was this ooh, gosh, all these are pretty. This guy again, he'd be awfully cute on here. Ooh, this might just be the exact right size here. Could just add him on. Maybe this is even more exact size. It's a little off both ways, but this guy we might be able to manage. It doesn't really have a right or wrong side, but it's about the exact width, so why don't we just use that? Let's just get this guy on here, and this will be our new size of the block. It's a little funny here. Yep, Carol, we are improv piecing all the rest of my fabric. So this is all where all this fabric comes from is from the front of my Splendid Sampler quilt. It's all my leftover fabric. I am using it to make the back of my quilt. So I'm improv piecing using a technique from, let's see, I think I got it here. It's using techniques from the Improv handbook for modern quilter. I think we're using this technique here. Let me just show you the quilt with it. We are doing like this technique where we're just making these squares. You know, that's kind of like what we got going on here. Just equaling out the squares, and then we're sewing it all together into a quilt when I'm done. And the quilt is it's not really a quilt. It's going to be the back of my Splendid Sampler quilt along quilt. So that's this guy here. The Splendid Sampler. So I finished sewing all these together for the front of the quilt this weekend, or this past week. So now I'm working on the back of the quilt, we're doing that whole improv piecing, using up all the rest of my fabric, hopefully. And I also want to put the label for the Splendid Sampler within the back here too. So I'm just waiting on that. I'll get it, I don't know. It'll probably be a couple of weeks yet. All right, let's pretend that this is our first piece of fabric. So let's grab a second. Here we go. Ooh, I don't think we've done anything with this piece yet. I was just thinking we could, I don't know. I think I'll hold off on this because this has that angle. Like if we do another, you know, we could just, I don't know. Well, I'm going to save that guy for later. Let's see what else we got. Okay, how about this guy? Ooh, this is a nice big chunk of fabric. I like that angle in that other one. If we come across another another piece that we need an angle, like how we did earlier today, I'll use that piece. It's a good piece of fabric. In theory, I could use this in another project, but I like the idea that I'm using up all of my fabric in this quilt. So why don't we, we could go like this, something like this, and do a really big chunk. Why don't we do that? We haven't done that in a while. Oh, this is kind of cute too. I don't know. I don't like how equal this is to this space, so let's go like this. And so I need to even this out again with some of this fabric. So let's get our length down about there. All right, and let's just clean it up a hair. Give it a straight edge. And I'll do it. Well, we're going to be trimming the rest of the sides, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. I kind of like it with this one strip here. I know, there's a little bunny hiding out right there. Don't want to cut him off. I want him to stay. All right, there we go. Get an ender in here. Okay, totally sounds so much smoother. I'm calling it. Machine is happier. Well, I'm still not sure on the tension. The tension I might have to play with tension a little bit here, yeah. See, because I can see the back of the stitches coming through a little bit, but already it's a lot looser the front than I usually have it, and the tension here would imply that the front is too tight. The tension on the front, the top fabric, or the top thread is too tight, but I don't know, that seems weird based on what I usually have this setting on. So I'll have to putz around with that a little bit this weekend. See if I can force it one way there or the other and see if something's stuck. I don't know. It's good enough, but All right, so this is a little nick out of it, but I'm gonna assume that the next piece I sew onto it, it'll be good enough. Like, this will be within the seam allowance, so I don't want to trim this whole entire side down again. I'm just gonna leave that little nick. It can live in the seam allowance later. All right, that's straightish. So let's sew that to here now. Ooh, this is going to be kind of a cool block, too. Could go on this side, too. Maybe I like it like that. I think I like it on this side. I like this big, giant blue piece next to the little bunny. I think that's kind of interesting for some reason. We're going to go this way. Alrighty. Smooth driving. All right, let's trim this. I think we'll finish up this guy and then call it an evening. But look, the pile is getting much smaller, so this is all that I have left. You know what? I do have actually some smaller scraps, but this is all I have left is the bigger scraps. So that'll be the bulk of the back of the quilt here. We'll see where that gets us. Then I do have all of those super small scraps yet. I still have the bag of scraps that I could do some of that, those kind of thick, scrappy blocks that we've been doing throughout the Splendid Sampler. I could do some more of those too. So I do still want to use up this fabric. All right, I'm totally digging this block. here we go. I think that's awfully fun. I like this little bunny hiding up here. What are you throwing in when you run out of these? I have a ton of this blue fabric, so this will be, I guess, the general rest of the back of the quilt. I don't know what else. I have some muslin that I could throw in yet, but I think the bulk will just be kind of this back. Or, you know, some of the border fabric that I'm using is a blue kind of fabric like this. I could throw in some of the fabric from my border fabric too. I'm going to use a navy and kind of like a blue like this. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll decide when we if that happens, Cora. I mean, it will happen because we will run out of fabric. But this is still making like some pretty big chunks of pieces here, and you know when they're all together, they will be kind of they'll be larger. So like, you know, just laying them out like this, and we'll fill it in with some of this blue. I don't know. I'm gonna experiment with it. We'll see how it goes. But all right, guys, I think we're gonna call it for the night. I'm gonna flip you around. Hello. So I think we'll call it there tonight. These are some fun ones though today. I really like this guy. I think, and these three I think are really kind of pretty together. And that we had added that funny angle. This one's a little more bold with those reds and oranges. But I really like this guy. Oh, I forgot to trim the top out of him, so I'll do that yet. But here we go. Oop! I think I like it better this way. Then you can see the little bunny hanging out there. So anyway, I think this has been a fun process doing this. I will lay it out, and I might pop in really quick just to share kind of the layout and what this could look like once it's bigger. Just, you know, get a glimpse of the idea of sewing these smaller ones together. And that's it, guys. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you again on Monday. This will go up on YouTube at Penguin and Fish Movies. You can watch it there, and it'll stay here on Facebook on the Penguin and Fish page. Thanks, guys. I will catch you not tomorrow, on Monday, or maybe this weekend if I pop in too. So, all right, guys. See you later.